lucky thing that the forecasts don't take very long to do, because it's like, I honestly, like, I feel like, again, like I can't stop doing this. So the next symbol here, okay, is this one. Okay, it's ice with the dot, right? So what came to me initially is Eye of the Serpent, okay? But I also immediately saw, all right, Vishnu. So it's the rebalancing of this hard, rigid form of the serpent, okay? From this hard energy. It's like the eye opening so that the serpent realizes that it can eat its own tail, right? That it can release its skin. It can be reborn. It can unwind the karmic will. I also see this as being the punctuation, right? This dot is like a punctuation that the ice does not necessarily mean ice, okay? Again, that the ice is not meant to be solid, and it's almost like it's that first drop, okay, that first drop from, you know, when we've got like an icicle, and it's that first atom, that first drop of ice turned into water that's going to make its way down, like as an acknowledgement to the ice that you are also soft and fluid, and you are not so rigid, okay? And as such, it's a reminder of being aware that there is divine timing, and that there is a time when the ice will become fluid, okay? So let's see what this Eye of the Serpent, okay, what comes out here, right? It's about being honest with yourself, okay? Virtuous, admitting where we have been too rigid, admitting where we have not seen our true selves. And there's a little bit of codependency in here, a little bit of a soul contract in here, where, right, the that third eye awakening to this being of water is that you are not always going to be the strong icicle that can drop down and cut through someone's heart, right? That there is a higher being of yourself that you are a part of, and that as such, there will be a time that you will see things differently, and that you will become softer, gentler, fluid, changing shape, okay, changing your karmic lessons. All right, so what's being hidden in this symbol that we need to see? What is being hidden in this simple little symbol that we need to see? Spirit of Cups, okay, that again, hidden deep in the roots, okay, of the tree. There is nutrients, there is water, there is the mycelium roots, okay? And Page of Cups here, there is an acknowledgement of transformation in the fluidity rather than the rigidity, okay? When we realize that the tree is actually connected to the tree next door, to the tree next door to that, and to this like massive underground realm of fungi, right? It changes the perception of the tree as a rigid, only like centralized being. And then the Lord of Wands, okay? So King of Wands, we see where through the realization of understanding our fluidity, and by cutting through the memories, right, then we realize that we can move on. But we have to address the elephant in the room, which is oftentimes ourselves. Who is stopping us but ourselves, okay? And Who is cutting us out, right? Like this elephant has the sword. Well, it's our thoughts, okay? Queen of Swords. Like our thoughts is what cuts out the fluidity of our own nature, right? Our own being in the situation. We have to see it differently. And we get the sun, which I love this, the little hummingbird, vitality, joy. Again, adaptability. Okay, the hummingbird is the only bird that can fly in multiple directions. And if we think of the ice, the water, okay, the steam, there's a adaptability of the fluidity of it all. Even within the snake has to be adaptable to change, right? To be able to lay on that warm rock and to release all of its being of the past by seeing that there is something more that is there for it in the future. The wheel change possibilities, right? The icicle may not be able to go through a pinhole, but water and steam can. Just like the octopus can move through things that you would never imagine that they could get through, right? Change is always happening. Possibilities are always happening. And it's up to us to allow that eye to see this change, to allow this change, to move through this change. And we get the sun again. Okay, so this is not a sad card. It's not sad that the icicle is turning into water. It's actually joyous because the icicle is turning into its more natural form. Okay, and these two are building this beautiful castle out of ice, even though they know the sun will melt it. Okay, there is this acknowledgement of understanding that even what we are creating in this moment is fluid. What we are creating right now is going to change. There's that emperor again in his ice throne, right? Chained to this idealism. The divine masculine is very much chained right now to this idealism that's been breaking apart within them as the divine feminine is changing the cosmology of our reality. And so eventually he will flow through this portal, right? Flow through this change, allow this throne to melt, change into this different sort of emperor, right? In the meanwhile, the Queen of Cups here is loving on herself and others around her, right? Knowing that her home will appear, but filling her own cup. So, Eye of the Serpent. Tell me more about Eye of the Serpent here. Yeah, Six of Wands. Okay, it is, again, we've got the serpent sneaking out here. And this woman has the rune symbol on her forehead. She's got a rune bind on her forehead, and she's holding this seed that is growing, okay, into this plant that she's going to plant elsewhere. There's this acknowledgement of her own knowing that she has to do what she has to do now, but that it's transmuting, transforming, okay? Reality is shifting, and the serpent is shifting. And the Nine of Swords, right? And the worlds are shifting. what we see as the world today is not the world that we will see tomorrow. All right, which is very beautiful. Okay, and here's the Knight of Wands. And I love that this is almost like a reverse of, not the next symbol that I'm going to do, but the one after that. But this is like a reverse seagull, like a reverse sun. And that's the jaguar, which is the moon. Okay, so it's not trying to be impulsive and trying to retain that ice format, because you can't retain your ice format, because the sun is going to shine again. And when it does, you will become water. And when it gets really hot, you will evaporate, and then you will go up into the clouds, and you will become from the steam to the rain, right, back to the river. And so it's reminding us of the cycle. Okay, and here we have the Seven of Tides again with all the serpents, but this time it's in the upright. And so it's understanding that there's going to be many cycles for the water. Okay, the seasons are always changing, and as such, the water is always changing, and the eye of the serpent knows that there is always change upon us. Okay, the world in reverse. There's never a true ending. There's always going to be another beginning. There's always going to be another beginning. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull this out. And I love that we get the deer. Okay. And I cannot see. It's dark in my office, so I'm going to turn on the flashlight and read it. Yeah, I thought it said power. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, yeah, we can turn off that flashlight now. Thank you. So, again, here we have the Empress is already there. And this is the 11. This is the divine union. Okay, the Empress is already there. Okay, but back here we've got the stag, the Emperor. Okay, the divine masculine is trying to match up to the divine feminine. And the eye of the serpent sees that this harsh energy, right, has to transform. And it's about letting the transformation happen and leaping through that portal into where the divine masculine is meant to be. Okay? So I do feel like, so let me clear this, and I'm going to do one more because I feel like they want to go together. Okay, so hold on here. Let me clear and let me reset the energy. Because we're going to go to what might have been my favorite rune. I still have 2 left to delve into, but this one out of the 6 that he showed as the blanks on this first video that I'm watching may have been my favorite. And I really love it. So I see it as being like this awakening rune. It's an awakening rune with the sound. I was shown it as holding the sound of God. Hu. Okay. So you can see it. It's right here. And what I have written there is just Hu. Okay. It is Hu. And so I see this as Hu, the sound of God. And In ASL, it also shows up like as the symbol, that's the symbol of Y. Okay, like this shows me like Y. And some places I see Y as being U in the runes, which was originally supposed to be like the Greek Y. And I also see it as being like a portion of Poseidon's fork. But it's the, what is it? Is it Algates or something like that? It's elk, right? In the runes. And so I see this as being the divine mastery, the divine mastery of the masculine. Okay? The higher self. In the 3D realm, I see it as more of the Knight of Wands, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. But I see it as being that father-son sort of energy, that elk, masculine, higher self, who is trying to be the one explaining, right, to this ice cube, like through the third eye, right? Now we have this higher realm energy coming in, trying to explain to this Knight of Wands that, hey, right, there, you feel the fear. It's what's pushing the knight to move forward. You feel the fear, but you know, because I'm speaking to you, you know that there's more to this. Okay? And we get, right, there's powerful. Okay? There is this influence, this potency, this significance, this little child, okay, leaning up against the strong, okay, Narnian lion here. There is this power in this symbol. Okay. Again, this sort of higher being energy and the curiosity of the child, right? The inquisitive energy, the prying, okay, the looking for information. Think of Narnia, okay? Think of, you know, what happened in the whole storyline of Narnia and the little child, okay? And the things that happen when we are in fear. And then how, you know, the lion forgives because the lion is all loving, right? So what do we need to know about this sort of energy of Hu? Okay, right? We're only seeing a piece of the puzzle with the Dreamer of Pentacles. And as such, right, we are choosing whether we are the lone wolf, whether we are closing ourselves up in a poisonous energy, whether we are ruling the roost. Like, how are we slowing ourselves down by not allowing that higher self to really guide us? And there we've got that Lady of Swords again with the Five of Swords, right? It's all in our ego, not in our third eye. It's all in the ego that keeps us from accessing our power. We keep ourselves stuck in place. And this symbol is reminding us that we are not stuck in place, right? That we are of a divine energy and that it's time for us to move ourselves forward. And here's the lion, King of Swords, logic and justice. Okay? And I feel like this is like learning to balance your 3D self, learning to balance your divine feminine and your divine masculine within yourself, and to be, yes, logical, right? But also there's this knowing, like look at the sun around the lion's head. There is this knowing of the higher energy surrounding you and feeding your third eye instead of closing your eyes to it. And perhaps sometimes because the divine feminine is a little bit more in the force of this current energy that we are in since 2012. The divine feminine having this sudden fire being lit within her, that she sometimes is closed off to this higher sun energy, to the masculine energy, almost out of a determination to not see what the masculine can offer to her. Okay? Yeah, Seven of Swords, okay? Preparation, resourcefulness. Also there, right, is always, with the Seven of Swords, there's always the energy of, you know, the secrets, but I see them here as being, they're showing me, okay, on the runes, when you see all the dots, dot, 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 it is a symbol of this not meaning what it normally would mean. Okay, so this doesn't mean that these are underhanded secrets. This means that this is the secrets of the cosmos. Okay, the secrets of the divine masculine, the secrets of this strength Father-Son that's trying to share with us, and being prepared for the sound of Hu to enter your life, and the leopard changing its spots. And this falls on the divine feminine. And so I feel like this is more essential for the divine feminine to learn than the divine masculine to learn. Because the divine masculine, right, I feel like is still open, right, to holy crap, everything's changing. There's a little resistance, but there is also the opening. Okay, Temperance and Seven of Cups came out in reverse. So the harmony and choices. Okay, it's understanding that we have free will, but when we do not follow the sound of Hu, okay, that we do not follow harmony or balance that we are being provided. And that's when we're falling more into the fear than actually doing what we're being called to. Okay, the Hierophant in reverse. I do feel like, again, I just keep getting called to the divine feminine, wanting to do it myself. Okay, these feminine energies wanting to show everyone, the whole universe, that I can do it myself. And what I love is that I've got here, I wrote on here, where is it at? Okay, right here. Divine, I think I said the divine blame from the Valkyries. Okay, where the Valkyries are like, as the feminine, we are a force to be reckoned with, and we don't need your masculine energy. We don't need, we were created to support Odin, and Odin abused his power, and we do not require that now. But Hu is the beautiful, like Narnian lion, right? The loving, kind, masculine energy. And so it is, I love this, okay? We get the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. So this is about her taking a minute and closing her eyes to see the truth of this change in the timeline and the blossoming of her power, and how she can be in that power and still be in that loving union. I truly love that. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. You can stand in your power, but there is a transformation, okay, that is happening here with the feminine and the power shift that's happening. Okay. Let go of the old lessons. Let go of the old war. It does not serve us anymore. Okay, 10 of fire, 10 of wands, right? Look, the divine masculine is like after you. Okay? The sound of Hu from the divine masculine is being guided by the higher power, and when it comes out, it is not a trick. Okay, it is not a trick of the divine masculine. It is the like symbolism of, yes, you are powerful in your own right, and you can be in that power without having to be like the negative side of the Queen of Swords. Okay. And that's funny that Wolverine comes out again. Okay. Again, the protection is here. The lesson is here. All right. There's a fierceness here where the feminine bottom of the deck thinks that they are coming up against the wolf, that they're rising up out of this water that's coming off of this serpent, right? Rising up here to take this fight, okay? Take this fight with the wolf. This is the card of authenticity. All right? But is the wolf coming to attack, or is the wolf coming to say, I see you. You are a part of my pack. Right? Is she even giving, with this challenge, this Wolverine energy, is she even giving the wolf a chance? It's guiding you to stop for a minute and listen to the sound of Hu. Okay, listen to the higher sounds before becoming the attacker. Okay. See, look, we've got red fox here at the bottom. Wait a minute. Listen. Oh, I love dolphin. Okay. Listen to what's coming. All right. There is happiness. You don't have to strategize. Okay. You don't have to hide and figure things out and then attack. Okay. Follow the sound of Hu, which I see as being the sound of the dolphin, okay, in the wells, right? It's the sound of the waters. Follow that sound of the waters, which is pure happiness, to guide you on this journey, all right? So I hope that helps you. And I will torment you with another one soon. All right? Bye.